When we say human potential, unleashing human potential, it is not about reaching the peak, it is a trajectory. Because what our life is a combination of a certain amount of time and energy. Time is rolling away for all of us at the same pace. If you sit, it rolls away, if you sleep, it rolls away, if you do something, it goes away, if you don't do anything, it goes away. You're happy or miserable, it goes away. Time is running out for all of us. So it's only the energy that you can do different things with. If you bring your energies to a certain level of intensity and possibility, what somebody does in 10 years, you may do it in 1 year. This means if you live here for 100 years, it feels like in people's impact that you have created, it feels like you lived here for 1,000 years, simply because you have managed your life energies in a certain way. So for me, a human being impactful means, how conscious have you become? This is very important. Because if you're in compulsive cycles, then your energy gets wasted in so many things. If you observe people in a day, let's take 24 hours, in that anyway most people by prescription in America they sleep for 8 hours So 8 hours means 1/3 of life is gone. In the remaining 2/3 they have to eat, they have to, shower, bathroom, this, that, all this, another 2-3 hours gone. So literally 50% of life is gone, daily basis, just for basic maintenance of this life. 50% of the time is gone in maintenance, remaining 50% what they have. If you look at every single move that they may make with their body, their thought process, their emotions, you will see a whole lot of it is happening in compulsive cycles. Or in other words, if you are little sensitive to life, you will realize you are the biggest issue in your life. So this is one thing that I'm trying to do with people, that you are never the issue in your life. I'm not the issue. My thought, my emotion, my body is never the issue. My thought, my emotion, my energy and my body are my instruments of function. They are not impediments in my life. But I would say for 90% of the human beings, their own body, then the compulsions of the body, the compulsions of their thought, the compulsions of their emotions are ruling them most of the time.
The notion of the difference between pain and suffering I thought was very useful.
See, pain is physiological, it's there. If there's no pain, most people would not even know how to protect themselves. See, just because there's no pain in this, see what all you have done to it, isn't it? See, there's no pain in this, so that's why you took it off. If there's no pain in your nose, maybe you would have taken it off. Because there are many advantages, you will take in about 22% extra oxygen if you just remove this one thing, contraption. Wherever there is no pain, people are messing with it like crazy, isn't it? They call this hairstyle, they call it so many things.
Yeah.
Suppose there was no pain in the entire body in Los Angeles, people would pull out their stomach bag and you think they wouldn't do it?
No, they probably would.
Only pain is helping them to preserve themselves, isn't it? So pain is good. There's no physiological pain. Most people would not know. I hear in United States there's one group, they call themselves something, I forget that word. They're actually cutting their fingers off, their hands off on the video.
Whoa.
They're posting it online. There's a group like that.
Whoa.
Can you imagine this?
No.
In spite of so much pain, if there was no pain, almost everybody would have cut themselves off in the name of fashion, they would have cut themselves into ribbons.
Wow.
So pain is a good thing physically, because that is your preservation, self-preservation mechanism. But suffering is something that you do in your mind. So pain that happens in your body, you take it in your mind and multiply it 1,000 times or 1,000,000 times depending on how capable you are or how stupid you are, and suffer it 1,000,000 times over. Right now, most human beings are like this. What happened 10 years ago, they can still suffer. What may happen day after tomorrow, they already suffer. They are not suffering life. They think they are suffering life. They are not suffering life. They are suffering the two most fantastic faculties that human beings alone have: a vivid sense of memory and a fantastic sense of imagination. The survival process has become easier than ever before. Believe me, in the morning if you need a bucket full of water, if you had to walk a mile to the river to get 1 bucket of water, and your family needed 25 buckets of water, you would have no time to mess yourself. Now you have a lot of time to mess yourself because our survival is better organized than ever before. Another thing is, most human beings do not know how to manage their biochemistry without physical activity. I have seen a whole lot of people, particularly teenage boys and girls between the ages of 12 and 16, who come to me with some severe, violent problems within themselves. If you leave them like that, they may kill themselves or kill somebody else. They're in that kind of state. Many of them have even killed their parents, it has happened all over the world. And in 2017, when I came to know that in India, which is not so much suicidal in that sense because there's a huge family support and stuff like that, in spite of that, in 2017, 18,600 children below 18 years of age committed suicide, out of which 7,200 are below 15 years of age. So 12, 13, 14-year-olds who must be bubbling with life are wanting to take their own lives. Why? Obviously we're doing something fundamentally wrong with the society, isn't it?
Yes.
Our goals and our stupid ideas of what is success is driving them nuts. Because we are trying to use our children like racehorses.
That's interesting. And when you say that as something that represent us, that we've turned into something amazing, or in what way are they like racehorses?
See, when you understand life as a race, if you're in a race, what's the objective? You must reach the finish line quick, isn't it?
Yes.
What is the finish line of your life?
Death.
There you have it. This may not be a conscious process, but life within you is understanding it like that. When you… see, you must understand this, whether you are conscious of it or not, any human being. Right now, if you make yourself miserable, you must understand you are sending a message to every cell in the body that I don't want to live. You might not have articulated it in your head yet, but when you become miserable, you notice suddenly your body seems heavy and it's like, doesn't want to get up from this chair. Have you seen this?
Yes.
When you're happy, you're willing to bounce at everything and do everything, bend backwards if necessary. Why this is happening is the message has gone to every cell in the body, this guy wants to die. They're all thinking, okay, what can we do to help him? But by then, of course, you recover. So you want to die, you want to live, you want to die, you want to live. The body is getting confused because you must understand this is a very intelligent body. It's taking instructions from you. Every cell in the body has an enormous sense of memory and intelligence. If you keep sending wrong messages, if they act, you're dead. Because you're sending contradictory messages, you're not dead, you're half dead. You can give it any number of exotic names. Essentially, you have turned your intelligence against yourself. This is supposed to work for you, but now you've turned it against yourself, it's working against you. Perception happens to you in 5 different dimensions: seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. This is how you're perceiving life. This data has gathered within you. Only because this data has gathered within you, now you're able to walk on a round planet which spins. It's not a small thing. It is not a small thing that you're able to walk on a spinning round ball. Because all this data has gathered through 5 senses, it is not intellectual information, but it is a perceptual information. If this information is not there, you won't be able to walk actually. You will not be able to walk straight. This is what is happening for people when some people lose their memory and things like that. Suddenly they become unstable in their body because some of the data is gotten disconnected with their system. So, this data that you perceive is most important. That's what a child is all the time drinking up everything. You see how the child is looking at everything? Because he wants to drink up as much data as possible, because instinctively he knows without the data, he will not be able to function. So how attentive you are, how attentive your eyes are, how attentive your ears, nose, tongue and touch is, accordingly you have that much, usable information. So why one person is more efficient? Well, you are an athlete. Why one person is able to catch a damn ball, another person can't catch the damn thing? Why is it? Because that level of attention of exactly how that ball will behave, how you can anticipate where it will go, this is not there. Intellectually, suppose you have a PhD in football, you think you can play football?
If you have a PhD, no, I think you need to experience it as well. If you just study it only, yeah.
No, that is not experience, it's perception. You're watching it out of your keen interest, you're watching exactly how a ball moves. You may not be thinking the physics of it, but you're watching it and perceiving it. Because of that perception, you know something that you cannot know by reading 100 books about it. First of all, people are assuming that anger is happening to them or misery is happening to them. No, this is exactly what I said earlier, maybe I didn't articulate it fully. No, you are creating anger, you're creating misery, you're creating joy, you're creating whatever. All this is happening from within you. But human experience is happening from within us, isn't it?
Right.
Whether it's love or hate or anger or misery or joy or anything is only happening from within us.
Right.
The simple question I am asking is, what happens from within you? Should it happen your way or somebody else's way?
It should happen your way.
Of course, because the world will never happen your way 100%. Because there are so many stakeholders in the world, little bit will happen my way, little bit your way, that is fine. But what happens within me must happen my way. If what happens within me does not happen my way, this is the worst form of slavery, isn't it?
Wow.
Somebody decides what happens within me, somebody decides where I should sit. This is slavery, everybody understands this. Now somebody decides whether I am happy or unhappy. Isn't this the worst form of slavery?
Yeah.
So this is the liberation that humanity needs to work at. This is what inner engineering means. Inner engineering is not some mechanical process, because engineering means this essentially. You will say something is well engineered only if it works the way you want, isn't it? If this one doesn't work the way you want, what the hell are you expecting other things to work the way you want? It's just an accident. When you live accidentally, anxiety is normal. Why does one person need, well, by prescription these days, 8 hours, is it?
7 to 8 hours.
Okay, 7 hours. And why another person can do with half of that? See, one thing is, as we already went through, the very physical body that you carry is just the food that you've eaten, isn't it? You are looking at food only as protein, vitamin, mineral like this. But we're talking about a food chain. That means they're all different kinds of lives. What we consume is another form of life. Every animal consumes another form of life. This is the way the food cycle is created. So in what condition that life is will determine in what condition your life is in many ways. So if food appears in front of me, if I just look at it, people have prepared it with elaborate care. If I just look at it, I say no. They say, no, Sadhguru, this lady has brought it, she's a very good cook, she's very tasty. I just look at it and say no. Simply because it's not alive enough for me. It may be tasty, but it's not alive enough for me. If it's not alive enough, I will not consume. If you're just conscious of this one thing, you will see your sleep quota will go down. Another thing is, most people are eating at least 50%. 50% means 100% more than what they need to eat. Yes, you will do one thing, as an experiment, just try this. Whatever you're eating, cut it down by 50%. If you're eating, let's say, 2 kilograms of food, cut it down to 1 kilogram and eat variety of foods, you will see you will neither drop weight, nor will you become weak, nor will you become less energetic. Only thing that'll happen is your sleep quota will go down. Because you're putting so much food to generate the same amount of energy, you're eating more by compulsion of liking the taste or simply by compulsion of filling yourself up. Now the body has to process so much food to create so much energy. This extra processing is taking a toll on the system. The amount of impurities that are there in the food will also determine how much inertia you generate in the body. Let's understand it this way, in terms of physical terms. What sleep means is inertia. Right now you're dynamic, this is life, inertia sets in. When inertia goes beyond a certain point, that's death. But sleep is a certain kind of death, but it is offering you rest. So restfulness is very important. What is being restful means is, if you sit here, if you're at total ease, you will see the body is naturally restful. Have you noticed on a particular day, you are very happy, on that day you don't need much sleep or food, have you noticed this? That's all you have to do. If you remain very joyful every moment of your life, the food will come down, sleep will come down naturally. It's time to understand all the problems of individual nature are generated from within. And we don't have to solve problems that we create, we just have to dissolve. Problems that you create, you don't have to solve. If there is a problem in the situation, yes, we have to solve. But you have a problem within you, solution is not what you need, solution is madness. Solution means, for an illusion, you're creating an illusory solution, something that you make up. For that, you create one more solution that you made up once again. No, you just have to turn off the problems. You're going through a certain drama, only thing is you're a lousy director. That's all there is. Instead of improving your direction, now you're trying to find a solution for a situation in a drama. It's like people watch a cinema and come home and they have big arguments about what happened there. So, the thoughts and emotions that you create, you don't have to find any solution for it. If you just turn it off, it's gone. If you find solution, you moving towards insanity. Because you create a ghost and you create a ghostbuster. The ghosts that you create, you must learn to play with them. I'm saying if nobody willing to play with you, you have to play with somebody, right? So the ghosts you create, if you like them, you play with them. If you don't like them, turn them off. But Sadhguru, they keep coming. You don't play. Don't like to play with them, don't play. They come and go. Never it ever happened that one thought remained for more than a moment, isn't it? It comes and goes, comes and goes, let it come and go. If you try to find a solution for that, you will head towards insanity. One thing that you must do to yourself is, you are absolutely truthful to yourself. If you're also truthful to everybody around you, you will get other kinds of benefits with people. But I will not go that far right now. With yourself, you are 100% truthful. Otherwise, all kinds of tricks keep happening. To be truthful to yourself is not an easy thing because there is lifetimes of habit of simply bullshitting yourself. A guest came to Shankaran Pillai's house and Being a South Indian man, down south, Pillais come from further down south. He was carrying an umbrella, which is a common thing. In Kerala and southern Tamil Nadu, to carry an umbrella is a very common thing because rains can be very heavy. Then they walked out, he took the guest out, then it started raining. But Shankaran Pillai did not open the umbrella. The guest said, "Why don't you open the umbrella?" Shankaran Pillai said, "I'm sorry, the umbrella is full of holes." Then the guest asked, "Why did you bring it?" "Well, I never thought it'll rain today." A whole lot of people are like this. They think somebody else has to catch their lice. This will take a long time because someone else catching your lice will take lifetimes. You must catch them. You should not let your chickens pass. To become 100% straight with yourself, it'll take a certain amount of application. But if this one thing you do, this piece of life will work for sure, 100%. Then figuring out a few things is very simple. For that I am there. If you just fix this one thing, that you're 100% straight, no any kind of deception. When there's a hole in the umbrella, you know there is a hole in the umbrella. You will never forget that there is a hole in the umbrella, okay? If you are like this, rest of the work becomes very simple and easy.
So you can think that survival means 2 meals a day, or you can think survival means Bentley, so it'll keep you busy a little longer. Still survival process. As long as the survival, there's an instinct of survival and there is a longing to expand within the human being. So, for most human beings, these two things are mixed up. It is their instinct of survival which is finding expression as their longing to expand. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, anybody, you want to be something more. If that something more happens, you want to be something more. You can go on like this, how much more? Whatever you want, if I make it true for you right now, next moment you'll be thinking, what more? Suppose I make you the king of not England, the planet. Will you be fulfilled? No, you will look at the moon, you look at the other planets, you look at the other galaxies. If I give you one galaxy, you'll say, where about the other galaxy? Because there is something within a human being which wants to expand limitlessly. I didn't say it's not good. I'm just saying you have constipated that longing to expand. That's why you suffer. When I say constipated, right now you want to expand limitlessly. Can you expand this body limitlessly? Please don't. So physical expansion is a limited expansion and your longing is to expand limitlessly because there is something within you which doesn't like boundaries. See, if I imprison you in a 5x5 cubicle, you will feel terribly imprisoned. Then tomorrow I will announce your liberation and release you into 10x10 cubicle. You will feel wonderful for 2 days. Then you will feel horribly imprisoned. Then we will release you into 100x100 cubicle. You will be fine for a week, after that you will feel miserable. Doesn't matter where I set the boundary. Once you feel the boundary, you want to break it. So there is something intrinsic within you which doesn't like boundaries. This is a consequence of the evolution that you've gone through. Once your cerebral cortex flowered, now you don't like boundaries. But you're trying to expand in an infinite way by counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you ever count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and one day say infinity? You'll only get into endless counting. That's all that's happening. That's why I said your longing to expand is a limitless process. But right now you're constipated. You're going one little step at a time. Constipation means just this, it happens little by little. What is the means to become a boundless expansion? If you look at that, then we say consciousness. This is what raising human consciousness means. Because you realize physical expansion is not a realistic thing. We can make physical arrangements as we want, as we need for our convenience and comfort, but that is not the way to expand. Expansion needs to happen in a way that it's not physical in nature. Then you can also own the universe, I can also own the universe. When you say, where am I going wrong? The wrong is this, the fundamental wrong is this. What is not you? If you think it's you, then you're trapped in that. If you think that I am this chair, because we sat on this chair for a period of time, if you think you're this chair, now this chair will go with you stuck to your backside wherever you go. That's a very ugly thing to do, isn't it? It's the same thing right now. Your thought, you think it's you. Your emotion, you think it's you. Your physiological stuff, you think it's you. It's pretty ugly. It's just because everybody's got this chair stuck to the backside, it looks like it's normal. After all, it's convenient. Wherever you go, you don't have to look for a chair, you got a chair fixed. The thing is, your identity, whatever you're identified with, that becomes a part of you. If you sit here just as life, what is your problem? So the only problem is, you're identified with things that you're not. So the whole lot of confusion about everything. So if you're successful, you suffer. If you're failure, you suffer. If you're… See, look at the thing. Is there one thing that human beings are not suffering? Just tell me. Somebody is poor, they suffer their poverty. Somebody becomes rich, they suffer the taxes. No children, they suffer that. Give them children every day, fame, something or the other. So it looks like whole life is suffering. So somebody makes a philosophy, whole life is suffering. You must go to heaven. If you know that much, why are you not gone? You are not gone because you don't know a damn thing. Whether there is a place better than this somewhere or not, you don't know. You're just claiming these things to somehow fix your psychological sloshing that's happening inside. You're making up things to somehow believe something so that your psychology won't just splash all over the place and go crazy. You're trying to hold yourself in place, telling yourself fairy tales, all right? So, what I'm saying is, do you believe that if you want to navigate your life through this time that we have in a sensible manner, the most important thing is to see life as is, as it is. If I don't see in this room things as they are, I will walk into this table, I will bump into somebody, I will do crazy things every day. If I see very clearly, navigating myself through all these cables and tripods is not a big problem, hello? But if I don't see, if there's no clarity of vision, if I'm not seeing things as they are, then what a mess it is, every little thing, that's all the problem is. Not that what you're doing is wrong, the way you're seeing it is wrong. You think those people who committed suicide, everything was wrong with their life? No, not everything was wrong with their life. A few things, as it goes wrong in your life, my life, everybody's life, some things don't work, all right? In everybody's life, something doesn't work in the outside world. If everything is working for you, obviously you're living a very petty life. In my life, 95% of the things that I want doesn't happen, only 5% happens. Because I'm trying to fix everything in the world, most of the things don't happen. So if anybody wants to die of frustration, it must be me. But I will not, because no matter what, I will die blissed out. I live blissed out, I die blissed out. Because what I do, what the situation is around me and how I am are never connected. I am the way I am, I'll do my best. See, the problem is too much spiritual jargon is going all over the world because every idiot who's read 2 books can write a next book. There was a time when people read 10 books and then wrote 1 book, that was called plagiarism. Now they read 2 books and they write the 3rd book. Just about everybody is writing. It's all right, it's freedom of expression, they can write what they want, but these are 2 things. There is expression and there is perception. Which should you invest in more? If you perceive well, your expression will be valuable. Right now, everybody's on an expression binge without perceiving a damn thing. Why it became like this is the dogmatic religious beliefs which did not allow people to think for themselves. If you thought anything other than what's written in the book, you're dead. They made this for few centuries, so suddenly when they broke away from that and started thinking for themselves, they suddenly thought this is liberation. And they eulogized human thought and we crafted the whole education system on the planet based on that. Today you're just using one dimension of your intelligence, which is intellect. Thought process is thought to be everything. Where one of them went to the extent of saying, I think so I exist, I'm asking you, do you exist because you think? Or because you exist you think? You may think if you want or you may not think, it's up to you. So because you exist, your existence is important. Your existence, is it because you're seeing me that you exist? Even if you close your eyes, you still exist, isn't it? If you don't hear anything, you still exist. So your existence is fundamental. These are all activities of seeing, hearing, smelling, thinking, emoting. These are all activities of your existence, the life that you are. But we got it all upside down, and how do you expect it to work? Because another aspect is, if I ask you a simple question, would you want your intellect to be sharp or blunt? Sharp. If I give you a sharp instrument, let's say we give you a very sharp knife, now you must be very conscious how you move your hand. If you're a little la kind, la, if you do, intestines will come out. We don't give a knife to a child's hand only because of this, because his hand is not steady. Not because knife is dangerous. Never in the history has it ever happened a knife jumped up and stabbed somebody. It never happened, believe me. I've been following the news. It is only the hand that wields it. It can cut a vegetable and make your meal, or it can do surgery and save somebody's life, or stab somebody and take their life. All these things the hand can do, not the knife. So right now, your intellect is a sharp instrument. Once you have a sharp instrument, you must know how to hold it. This is simply not there. Everybody's cutting themselves up and they think something is wrong with life. You can call this stress, anxiety, misery, whatever you want. Essentially, you have a sharp instrument and you're unconscious, so you're cutting yourself up. See, whatever you call it by whatever name you want. Stress, anxiety, tension, depression, bipolar, this one, that one, many things. I was talking to some of the top psychiatrists in UK, and they told me there are 72 varieties of psychological ailments. I thought there may be half a dozen, but they said there are 72 varieties of psychological ailments. I was really surprised, 72, that's like a golf game. Then I asked, what are these? They told me quite a few things. One of the things they told was compulsive nose picking. Even if they're bleeding in the nose, they can't stop it. That explains everything in a way, compulsive nose picking. Leave the nose picking, it's compulsiveness. You're compulsive in your thought, compulsive in your emotion, compulsive in your actions. That's all the problem is. How do you fix compulsiveness? If this room is dark, how do you fix it? Let's do one thing, both of us fight with this darkness and push it out of the window. There's no such thing. If you turn on the light, it's gone. So, there is no substitute for consciousness. If you become conscious, compulsive behavior is gone. Suppose in thought, emotion, action and energy you are not compulsive, that you can create whatever thought you want, whatever emotion you want. Would you keep yourself blissed out or miserable? What's your choice? For yourself, every human being, for themselves, they want the highest level of pleasantness, so the intent is already there. I don't have to inspire them, be blissed out. There's no such philosophy. Every human being wants the highest level of pleasantness for themselves. Those who think it's hopeless here, they're the ones who created heaven. They said there is a place which is always pleasant, but they don't have any proof that we are not already in heaven and making a mess out of that. Hello, do you? This is planet Earth and it's a fantastic place, and it's the most fantastic place we have seen in the known universe. Everybody who thinks there is one, they must go today. If they have better accommodation somewhere than London, should they not go? Did people not rush to America at one time? Why are they not going? No, they want you to go. This is not good. See, whatever kind of mental ailment you talk about, essentially, when your intelligence turns against you, there is no power in the universe which can help you. But why is my intelligence turning against me? Somewhere we have not learned how to handle it, isn't it? Your education systems, your society, nowhere is there anything to teach a child how to handle their own intelligence, their own emotions, their own thoughts. There is no such thing. All fixing, mechanic shop, repair jobs everywhere. Leave the repair jobs. The simple thing is this. The reason why people are struggling with this is they have, pardon my words, but otherwise people won't get it. They have a mental diarrhea. This doesn't create anything except distress. Anything that runs loose without your control is called diarrhea. Why has it happened? Even today, even if somebody gets physical diarrhea, immediately somebody will pop a pill. But traditionally, what did we do? Somebody has diarrhea, first thing is, we understood we have eaten something wrong. First thing we did was, just don't eat, just drink water and wait. And next, identify what did I eat yesterday or today morning, what happened to me? What is it that I consumed which caused this? And avoid that. But no, we will plug it in. No, if you plug it in, it'll all rise within yourself. This is all that's happening. Right now, our way of doing life is very forceful. There is no overthinking. I'm saying people are not thinking enough. This is a serious problem. But they think they're overthinking. They are not overthinking. It's a diarrhea, it's happening. Why is it happening? Something wrong food has gone in. What is the wrong food? This is all it is. The moment you identify yourself with something that you're not, your mind, you cannot stop. Do what you want. Do whatever you want. It will not stop. See, what is it that human beings are suffering? What happened 10 years ago? They're still suffering. What may happen day after tomorrow? They're already suffering. What happened 10 years ago? Is it here now? Does it exist? No. What may happen day after tomorrow? Does it exist here? No. So if you're suffering something that does not exist, what does it mean? It is insanity. That's why I'm saying once you start doing this, how far you go, when will you graduate, when will you end up in a doctor's place, when will you end up in an asylum, is a question of time. But now, world bodies are predicting it's going to happen large scale very soon. So, let us say such a terrible thing we had to face, that we may lose our child. Tell me, can you do the best for the child if you are in your sanity, or is it good to go into insanity? Sanity will make a difference. Maybe we can save the child, maybe we cannot, because all aspects of life we don't determine. Our experience we can determine. My family is so large, almost every other day I am burying somebody who's very dear to me. I don't let anything drive me into insanity. This is a brief amount of time that you have as life. Here we create many things. You're creating businesses, I have large movements where millions of people are involved, there are relationships. You cannot take these things lightly because other lives are involved. But you cannot prevent anybody from dying. You can attend to them. If something is going to happen to them, you can make attempts to save them, but you cannot prevent anybody from absolutely dying, including yourself. It's a fact. So the only two things that we have is a certain amount of time and a certain amount of energy. This is all that you call as life. What do you want to make out of it? You want to make a mess out of it. See, the thing is, first of all, they're living an emotionally constipated life. They only loved their child. I saw everybody as mine. Everything that happened hurts. But that's part of it. If you walk in a forest, there are thorns in your feet, but this doesn't mean you don't enjoy the forest, all right? I have done this to myself, that nothing happens within me the way I don't want it. If that was your situation, nothing happens within you unconsciously. Everything that happens the way you want, within yourself. What is the experience that you want to have right now is always determined by you. What would be your choice? Grief and misery, is it? See, you're the only creature who can decide your way of being, no matter what is the surrounding. Every other creature is an instinctive reaction to what's happening around them, because they are only fired by their survival instinct. They don't have any other aspiration. Once their stomach is full, their life is settled. For a human being, stomach empty is only one problem. Stomach full, 100 problems, because life doesn't settle with survival. You want to be something else all the time. The problem is you're a being. You're supposed to know how to be. How far away have human beings gone from the definition or that aspiration? If I want to, I do. If I want, I can be loving. If I want, I can be joyful. Like if I want, I can be sad. Yes, when somebody dear to you is no more, you allow yourself that. But do you stop doing anything? No. See, if you get absolutely committed to your purpose, you will be called a fanatic. If you are willing to do whatever it takes to achieve that, you will be called a terrorist. So there is no purpose to life. If you are not a vested interest, and you can be not a vested interest only when you're joyful by your own nature, that how you are is determined by you. So this is the fundamental you have to set, that your experience of life is determined by you. When I say experience of life, people are always thinking experiences happen because of external stimuli. No, if you dream of a tiger, you can experience fear, isn't it? You can dream of somebody beautiful and experience love, yes or no? So I'm saying all experiences cause from within you. Human experience happens from within you, never from outside of you. There may be a stimuli. I'm asking you, your peace, your joy, your love, your blissfulness, would you want to keep it on self-start or push-start? You want push-start. Don't be on push-start. Inner experiences are always in self-start. Outside world will never happen 100% our way. Little bit your way, little bit my way, little bit somebody else's way. And that's how it should be. Because if everything happened your way, where the hell do I go? It doesn't happen your way or my way. It's fine. It is only fine if you're joyful by your own nature. But if your happiness depends on what happens on the outside, then you being happy is a remote possibility. Do you think your life is worthwhile? Your life is worth investing about 32 hours of focused time upon it. If you think so, you should do that. This is what the process that I've called it as inner engineering. 32 hours of focused time. Book is just a large brochure because there is a practice involved. When I say a practice, a simple practice which only 21 minutes of practice. To teach this 21-minute practice, we take 32 hours of orientation because without that, it won't happen. You need to understand how the mechanism of your own thoughts, why are they hitting… See, if your hand is punching you in the face, why is it doing that? You need to understand. Otherwise, just holding it down is not the answer. This is the most sophisticated machine on the planet. Have you read the user's manual? For yourself as a life. So when do you want to do it? Towards the end of the life is when people think they should do it. It's like you got yourself your iPad. Should you read the user's manual in the first 3 days or after 3 years when you're getting rid of the machine? The thing is, it's inbuilt, you have to just pay attention. All your sense organs are outward bound because they are survival instruments. Your sense organs, your ability to see, hear, smell, taste and touch are essentially your survival instruments. Life cannot be enhanced by them. You can only survive better. If you see better than me, you can survive better than me. If you hear better than me, you can survive better than me. But this life will not feel enhanced by perceiving more through the 5 sense organs. And they're all outward bound. You can see me. Can you roll your eyeballs inward and scan yourself? No. You can hear that. So much happening in the body, can you hear that? No. So all your sense organs are only to perceive what's happening around you, not to perceive what's within you. So to perceive within you, you need to turn inward. That needs a little… because it's not survival. Something has to be done. You know how to write English language? To learn that damn 26 alphabets, it took some effort, isn't it? And it took some guidance because anything that's beyond survival needs striving. That striving is missing in the society. Anything that's not survival will not come naturally, you have to strive. See, what is a human being yearning for? It looks like they're looking for different things. But essentially, whether they're seeking education or wealth or money or relationships or whatever, essentially they're looking for some sense of fulfillment. Everybody believes this thing will do it for me. Somebody believes that will do it for me. So, what they believe as what is going to fulfill them may be different. But the common factor is they're looking for fulfillment. If you want fulfillment, you know, different people are doing different things. If you do it on the physical level, seeking fulfillment, it could be food and sexuality. People are seeking fulfillment. If you do it on the mental level, it could be ambition, conquest, or simply shopping. If it's on the emotional level, people are looking for love. So these are all the different ways. See, there are only 4 things with which we can work. We have a body, we have a mind, we have emotions, and we have fundamental energies, life energies. These are the only 4 ways they can act. So physical things they have tried, it brings momentary fulfillment, but again you're in square one after some time. Whatever is ambition, whatever is those kind of things, acquiring things in life, all these things are meaningful only when you don't have it. The moment you have it, it means really nothing. Most people are taking pleasure that somebody else doesn't have it and they still value it, enjoying other people's failures. But essentially, all things that you desire are meaningful only when you don't have it. The moment you have it, most people, precious things that they've bought are all like somewhere junk in the house. Hello? How many things that you shopped for have not been touched or looked at for the last 6 months? That says everything, isn't it? So what is the way to remain fulfilled? Fulfillment not as a goal, fulfillment as a process itself, as a life process. So when they find a way, that way can only be inward. So in some way, you're looking there, when you turn around and look here, when you see it's so simple, well, it overwhelms them, you saw. The only way out is in. There's no other way, because human experience, no matter what, whether it is turbulence or tranquility, whether it's joy or misery, agony or ecstasy, pain or pleasure, everything happens from within. There may be a stimulus from the outside, but it happens from within. Whatever you can instigate with a stimulus, you can also instigate consciously, without any stimulus from outside. It's like if you had a car in 1950s, morning you had to push start it. Today your car is self-start, I believe. The question is this: whatever is your experience happens within you. Do you want it to be in such a way it is on self-start, or it needs a push from outside? When you find a self-start, then everything that you want is right here. You don't have to run after anything. What you do in the world is as it's needed. People keep asking me, Sadhguru, what drives you like this? 7 days of the week, 365 days. I said, nothing drives me, I drive. Nothing drives me. I'm essentially lazy, but they're not giving me 1 day break. See, when we say within, where does anxiety, anger, this, that happen? I'm just asking a simple question to all of them. The human misery, whatever type of misery, these are all different names for misery, unpleasantness. Where is the manufacturing unit for human misery? Melbourne, is it? Where is it? Your mind. So you are just going into the mental space and thinking it's full of all this. No. In mind you can do whatever you want. As an experiment right now, if I ask you to close your eyes and think of a mountain, can you do it? You can. Ocean, of course you can do it. So I'm saying, you can go to any place in your mind. People have dreams which are more real than real for many of them. Simply because in your mind you can create any image. That is the beauty of human mind, that you can create whatever image you want. So you can build whatever you want mentally. But if you start believing it's true, then generally this will get labeled as neurotic. Let's say you build a castle in the air and you start believing it's true, then you're neurotic. If you start living there, you're psychotic. You can build whatever you want in your mind, but you must know it is just a psychological structure. If you start thinking it's real, then you have all these problems, anxieties, fears, depressions, this, that, because you're believing structures that you built up in your mind. You're not able to differentiate between psychological structures and existential realities. When you misunderstand your psychological drama as existential, then there is no hope. Hello? You should know, I can make anything, I can sit here and fall in love. I can sit here and hate somebody who doesn't exist. Anything you want you can do in your mind, but you have lost that freedom to do anything you want. You have become compulsive as to what you can do. That's the only problem. So this is a journey from compulsiveness to consciousness. So if they've taken 1 or 2 steps, they're thinking it's too fantastic already. I want them to walk further, but they want to fall down. No, I want you've taken 2 steps, and if it's feeling so fantastic, if you make the entire journey, how fabulous it'll be. That's what you need to do. Not thinking, this is it, Sadhguru, I got it. That's not the point. 2 steps are looking so wonderful, you must go all the way, isn't it? Hello? See, the word spiritual is one of the most corrupted words, because it's been captured by all kinds of people. Because spirits means there are some ghosts and goblins who will come and do this and that stuff, otherwise they are in heaven and they come, whatever. This has been captured. Essentially, let me define this. So this is physical. How did you get this? When you are a child, when you were born, you were only this much. Now you become this much. How did it happen? Just the food that you've eaten, isn't it? It's an accumulation over a period of time. Whatever you have in your mind, that is also accumulation of impressions. Whatever you accumulate can be yours, but cannot be you, isn't it? What I gather can belong to me, but cannot be me, is that so? Now, the very way you are is such that what you gather and who you are is all mixed up. It is true you gathered this body over a period of time. Hello? It is true all the content of your mind you gathered over a period of time. But now you think it's me. If you believe yourself to be something other than what you are, that is a medical case, yes or no? So right now, that's all that's happened. See, all the countless number of people who walked on this planet before you and me, where are they? Topsoil. This also, all the best. They're topsoil. This also will become topsoil. Hello? I'll bless you with a long life. But anyway you will die, is it okay? Hello? It's not my wish. Because nobody is negotiating life and death. We're only negotiating little more time. Little more time we want, that's all. So, essentially, what we gather, we put it back, it's very simple. But somehow when we sit here, we think absolutely this is me. So once you make this mistake that you don't know which is you, which is not you. I sat on this chair for a long time. Then I start thinking, this is me. Just see how ugly it becomes. Wherever I walk, this seat is sticking to me and I walk with it. How ugly it becomes. That's how it is. The moment you get identified with something that you are not, something turns ugly. Because now fears, anxiety, simply if something happens, there is a problem, nothing happens, there is a problem. Tell me one damn thing that human beings are not suffering. They are not educated, they suffer that. Put them to school, they suffer endlessly. If they are poor, they suffer poverty. Make them rich, they suffer taxes. So you look, seems like you're suffering everything, let's give you death, they'll suffer that. You suffer life, you suffer death, you suffer everything. If it happens, if it doesn't happen, where is the problem? The problem is just this. We have given you, we means nature, has given you a very sophisticated computer out here. But you don't know where the keyboard is. So you keep knocking yourself like this, like that, something works. Many times these days all the young people have this habit of keeping their smartphone in their hip pocket, and whenever they sit, it calls somebody. Will it call who you want? No, if you want to call who you want, you have to do the right thing. So right now, this is all that's happening with one's mind. The most fantastic faculty that you have compared to any other creature on this planet, you have a better brain than Moombot. Hello? You have a better brain than any other damn creature on this planet, yes or no? More complex, more sophisticated, but just see how much misery human beings are manufacturing. If you remove half their brains, they would be peaceful. This is what they're trying to do. This is a weekend. I don't know how you're here. They're trying to soak their brains in alcohol so that… See, if you take away the potential, the problem is always gone. But is that the way to deal with your life? Take away the possibilities, then problem is also gone. So, how do we handle this? The first and foremost thing is, if you sit here, you become conscious. Your body's here, your mind is there. What is you is a little away. Little space. Once there is a little space between you and your physical realities and your psychological realities, this is the end of suffering. Because there are only two kinds of sufferings in your life, physical suffering and mental suffering. Little distance, suddenly, they are not a problem. And once you create little distance, the nature of your body and the nature of your mind is 100% clear to you. See, for example, whether this earth is flat or round, big discussion. For 1,000 years, we've been arguing about this. The man who said it is round was poisoned to death because everybody believed it's flat. It's just then we started navigating the oceans, we saw maybe it is round, but still we don't know. Then somebody took off and started flying. Oh, almost definitely it's round, but not sure. Someone went and stood on the moon and looked down, 100% round. Distance, isn't it? If you were walking on this planet, doing no other means of transportation, we're just walking on this planet, we would still be arguing the same thing, is it round or flat? Even now if you walk up and down here, your experience of life is it's a flat earth, isn't it? But it's round, we know that now beyond any doubt. So, suppose you're going to the airport, you're in a rush, but there's a traffic jam. Now, this traffic jam causes so much suffering. Then somehow you got there, got into the plane and your plane took off. Then you look down. Traffic jams look so pretty. Red lights and white lights. Have you seen them from the airplane? How pretty they are. But when you're in it, so this is all. Your whole mental turmoil, when you're in it, it's like that. If you're a little above it, You know the nature of your mind. Dealing with it is very simple. How many of you can get your right hand like this? Please try this. Wow, not bad at all. Can you get it here, your right hand? Please try this. Wow, so much control you have. Try to do this with your mind. You want to put it here, it goes there. You want to put it there, it goes somewhere else. You want to put it there, it's gone. So, when you have a faculty like this, if you want it to go here, it goes there. It's dangerous to live. Hello? So this is why so much fear. Because basic faculties are not in your hands. And if I ask you a simple question, all of you, would you like a sharp mind or a blunt mind? You want a sharp mind. Once we give you an instrument which is very sharp, you must know how to hold it. Why we don't give a sharp knife to a child's hand? Not because a knife is dangerous. Never has it happened. A knife jumped and stabbed somebody. Did it ever happen? It is only the hand which handles it, whether this knife can be used to save a life or take a life, is determined by who is holding it, right? So the same thing goes for your mind. If you have a very sharp knife in your hand and you're a little la kind, intestines will come out. Worse than that is happening right now. What human mind is doing to individual people, their own mind, what it is doing to them is worse than intestines coming out, more painful. Hello? All kinds of things. Why? Because if I give you a knife, first thing you should know which is blade, which is handle. If you hold the wrong end, tighter you hold, more it'll hurt. And if you don't know how to be conscious of how to hold it, it'll scrape you all over. So this is all that's happening. When you know all human experience is caused within you, is that so? Once again, I'm checking with you. All human experience happens within you. What happens within you must happen your way, isn't it? The world will never happen your way. Please know this. Little bit your way, little bit my way, little bit somebody else's way. That's how it should be. Everything happened your way, then where the hell do I go? It happens little bit your way, that's how. But this 1% must happen 100% my way. But right now, that's the only problem with life. This one is not happening your way, isn't it? If this one happened your way, what is the problem in the world? Whatever the situation, we'll deal with it to the best of our capabilities. That's all there is. Yes or no? Some situations we know how to handle, some situations we don't know how to handle. That's about it. Say, we don't want to play with words, so to make you understand this, it is not because of what I have spoken they are the way they are, because of simple practices that they're doing in their life, because it's brought the necessary transformation. Words anybody can say. Today you will hear this and tomorrow you will go. The best things have been said to you right from your childhood, by your parents, by your teachers, by many people, isn't it? Great things have been said, but they don't stick because there is no experiential dimension to it. It is just psychological. When something is fresh, it means something. After 3 days, you've forgotten what it is. This is how it happens. So because there is a practice, there is an experiential process, with that, you have realized at least a little bit. That realization is always transformative. It's the transformation which makes the difference, not the identity. We generally call it inner engineering because we've engineered the world. See, our lives have improved in so many ways because of engineering, isn't it? Today we are sitting in this hall because it's engineered in a certain way. Now, yesterday you're in Japan, today you're here. This is engineering, you didn't swim or surf. Airplane brings you. So this must be understood. If suppose you did this 100 years ago, or let's say 200 years ago, you flew from Japan to here. If you claimed you're the messenger of God, we would believe you. If you say you're the daughter, there's no precedence, but still we would believe you. If you said, I'm herself, we would still believe you because you flew from Japan to here. Today we know you just flew by an airplane. A very common thing, everybody does that, just a ticket. So, what you call as magic or a miracle, see, 1,000 years ago, if I just had a light bulb, I could claim I'm the messenger of God and people would have believed. Just turn on the light, whoa, the whole population would bow down, yes or no? So what is one man's miracle is another man's engineering. This is called inner engineering. You engineer your interiority in such a way that it's the way you want. At least you should be the way you want. Nobody in the world will ever be 100% the way you want. Hello? Even if you have two people in your family, they are never 100% your way, isn't it? That's why most people got dogs these days. But these days, even they do their own thing. When they need food, they behave the way you want. Once they've eaten, they behave differently, the way they want. Just no one in your life will ever happen the way you want. This one person must happen, isn't it? If this one happened, if you happen just the way you want, would you keep yourself miserable or blissful? Blissful. For yourself, it's always the highest level of pleasantness, isn't it? Sometimes what you want for your neighbor may be debatable, but what you want for yourself is always highest level of pleasantness. What is pleasantness? See, if your body becomes pleasant, we call this health. You want it? If this becomes very pleasant, we call this pleasure. If your mind becomes pleasant, we call this peace. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it joy. If your emotions become pleasant, we call this love. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it compassion. If your very life energies become pleasant, we call this bliss. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it ecstasy. If your surroundings become pleasant, we call this success. Only to create pleasantness in your surroundings, you need the cooperation of the world around you, many forces around you. To create pleasantness of the body, pleasantness of the mind, pleasantness of emotion and energy is 100% your business. Pleasantness in the world, you need cooperation from people, otherwise it will not happen. Getting cooperation from various forces and people is a question of skill. Not everybody can do it to the same extent, but keeping this one pleasant is 100% possible for every human being. Only thing is they have to become willing. Oh, Sadhguru, I'm willing, what? I get angry. No. See, it is that butt, you have to kick that butt. Yes, but if you don't kick that butt, it's not going to happen. Yes, I want to be like this, but look at the way she is, I can't be happy with her being like this. There's no end to this. You want the whole damn world fixed before you can be peaceful and happy. You are not going to be. See, the only thing that human beings want is pleasant experience of life within and around. Just that different people are defining it in different ways. Somebody believes I can be pleasant only if I get $1 billion. So his pleasantness is postponed for a certain number of years or maybe for good. So similarly, everybody is putting conditions. Sometimes they may be fulfilled, sometimes they are not. If they are fulfilled, you will realize it works for some time and then it drops off. So essentially, fundamental thing to understand is human experience comes from within. If you don't take charge of this, no matter where you are, no matter what you have. Recently something happened. People who are living in palaces, literally royal palaces, they committed suicide. They're living in a palace and they're committing suicide. See, the nature of mind is such, whatever you dwell upon, generally it manifests that. This is what I said. You have a huge computer, but you don't have the keyboard. So somehow it's working. Once in a way, it works the way you want. Rest of the time, it's in reaction to other things. You must understand, the fundamental aspect of being human is this. You're the only creature on this planet who is referred to as a human being. Wombat? Being? Just a wombat. Elephant? Being? No. Tiger? Being? No. Ant? Being? No. Only you are a being. What this means is, if you explore the possibility, you will know how to be. If you know how to be, then what is the problem? Right now the problem is you don't know how to be. So, this problem is because, that Englishman Charles Darwin said you were all monkeys at one time. You were all monkeys and then you became human. He also said other things, I'm making it very simplistic. A goat could have become a giraffe over 1 million years' time. A pig could have become an elephant over many more million years of time. But a monkey became a man rather too quickly. Yes, to a point where anthropologists are searching for a missing link somewhere. So, if you look at the DNA science, what the DNA scientists are saying today is, the DNA difference between you and a chimpanzee is only 1.23%. 1.23%. Not much of a difference, isn't it? So physiologically, that's how close you are to a chimpanzee. But in terms of intelligence and awareness, you're worlds apart from a chimpanzee. So this is your problem. You have an intelligence for which you don't have a stable enough platform. Unless you stabilize this, your own intelligence is going to freak the hell out of your life. It works to some extent. Somebody dances, somebody sings, somebody does something else. Different types of activities people use to stabilize themselves. But any activity that you do, how many hours in 24 hours can you surf or dance or sing or do whatever? So this is why it is important you find an inner mechanism which wherever you are, it's always on. If you're doing this with physical activity, you get enslaved to that activity. Say right now, only if I sing I can be happy. I have to sing, all neighbors will have to vacate. I have to sing 24 hours. So I'm saying any activity that we do, only if I eat this I'll be happy, we'll have to be eating. Only if I drink this I'll be happy, we have to be drinking. Anything outside activity, if it decides our inner way of being, we get enslaved to that activity. And no activity is it possible for anybody to keep it on for 24 hours all the time. No activity, anything cannot be done unless it's an inner mechanism where you just know how to be. Like breath, it's happening, all the time it's happening. So this is where the yogic systems are important. We start with outer activity, slowly take it inward in such a way, a transition happens where even if you don't do anything, it's the same way. But with every other activity, you have to do that activity for you to get that experience. That's a fundamental difference.